Next we have trading account here. It is the first part of financial statement, means first account for preparing financial statement it is. Normally it is prepared to find out gross profit or gross loss by recording stock purchases, sales and direct expenses of the company. Okay, so why we will prepare trading account? It is the first part of financial statement and we are going to prepare it to find out the gross profit or gross loss of the business. Okay, what all we are going to record in this? Stock purchases, closing stock, then direct expenses of the business. Okay, then this is the specimen you have of this trading account. Debit side we are going to record all the expenses along with the opening stock and purchases, and credit side we are going to record sales along with the closing stock. Okay, and if you get a balance credit side we will consider it as gross loss. If you get a balance debit side we will consider it as gross profit here. Okay, it will be transferred to next means profit and loss account. Okay, then whatever expenses we have recorded here like cartage, wages, carriage, octroi, factory rent, okay, royalty, cleaning charges, import duty, factory insurance, all these things whatever we are having, these all are direct expenses which are involved to produce a product here. Okay, this is the specific format you have. With the same format you have to go. Okay, don't change the format according to your convenient. So what is gross profit and gross loss? Any profit or loss ascertained by taking into account stock purchases, sales expenses is called gross profit or gross loss. Now if the credit balance of your trading account is more than the debit balance, then the difference we will consider it as gross profit. Okay, if the debit balance is more than the credit side balance, then we will treat it as a gross loss here. Okay, now first problem we will see. From the following information, prepare trading account as on 31/3/2015. Now first what they have given, stock 1/4/2014 25,000. Where you are going to record it? Opening stock. See here, trading account as on 31/3/2015. Compulsorily you should write the title. Okay. So debit side we have recorded first to opening stock directly in outer column 25,000. Okay, debit side we have to record. Then next you have purchases 85,000. That will be recorded debit side. Two purchases 85,000. Then purchase returns you have, which you are going to less with the purchases, less returns, purchase returns you have 5,000. So total purchases for the current year you have it is 80,000, which you have to write in a outer column. Okay, the next you have carriages 2,000. It is a expense, direct expense, so you are going to record debit side. Two carriages rupees 2,000. The next you have freight. It is also direct expense 3,000, which you are going to record debit side of the account. To freight rupees 3,000. The next you have wages rupees 5,000. It is also direct expense, so you are going to record debit side. To wages rupees 5,000. The next you have gas and water rupees 1,500, which also will be expense you have, so debit side. To gas and water rupees 1,500. The next you have import duty rupees 1,000. Okay, debit side are going to record to import duty rupees 1,000. The next you have portage rupees 500. It is also expense, so we are going to record debit side here. To portage rupees 500. The next you have factory insurance rupees 1,000. Okay, this 1,000 you are going to record expense, so we are going to record debit side. To factory insurance rupees 1,000 here. The next you have stock on 31/3/2015 40,000 means closing stock. Okay, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ 40,000. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ rupees 40,000. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಸಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೈ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ rupees 40,000. The next you have sales rupees 2,25,000 it is. Okay, sales we have 2,25,000. So by sales, credit side are going to record by sales 2,25,000 here. The next you have sales returns rupees 5,000. So that is going to record less with the sales, less returns rupees 5,000. So total sales you have for the current year it is 2,20,000. The next you have cartage rupees 1,000. Okay, so cartage you are going to record debit side again because it is a expense. To cartage rupees 1,000. The next you have octroi 500. That are going to record debit side again. To octroi rupees 500. Then factory rent rupees 500 again debit side. To factory rent rupees 6,000. Okay, The next motive power rupees 2000 expense again, so debit side to motive power rupees 2000. The next you have dock dues rupees 2000. Again you have to record it as an expense, debit side to dock dues rupees 200. The next you have cleaning charges, again it is an expense, debit side you should record 1500. Okay, to cleaning charges rupees 1500. The next you have factory lighting and heating 2000 rupees, which you have to record debit side again. To factory lighting rupees 2000. Now we have entered all the transactions, expenses debit side, opening stock and purchases debit side, closing stock and sales credit side. Okay, now gross profit, how to find out? Total of debits credit side we have 2,60,000 minus all these expenses, you will get 1,26,000 here. Okay, so we have a gross profit here. 2 lakhs credit side we have more and debit side less, so we'll get it is 1,26,000 gross profit here. Okay, which are going to brought down to your profit and loss account. We'll see the second problem here. From the following information, prepare trading account as on 31/3/2014. So first they are given purchases rupees 1000, where you have to record trading account debit side. Second entry you have C, 2 purchases rupees 1 lakh. Okay, the next you have wages rupees 30,000, so 2 wages rupees 30,000. Okay, the next you have factory rent rupees 5,000. Factory rent, so expense, again debit side to factory rent rupees 5,000. The next you have purchase stock on 1/4/2013 20,000 means opening stock. Okay, so you have to record debit side to opening stock rupees 20,000 debit side. Okay, the next you have purchase returns rupees 10,000, which you have to less with your returns. See, 2 purchases 1 lakh we have, less returns 10,000, so 90,000 you will get a purchases of the current year. The next you have gas and water, it is an expense, so it will be debited to trading account. To gas and water rupees 10,000. The next you have motive power rupees 10,000, again it is an expense which you have to debit to motive power rupees 10,000. The next you have octroi rupees 2000, it is also an expense, so debit side you are going to record to octroi rupees 2000. The next you have import duty rupees 6,000, so import duty it is also an expense, sales tax you are having, so debit side to import duty rupees 6,000 you are going to record. Then freight you have rupees 6,000, it is also an expense, so you are going to debit it to trading account to freight rupees 6,000. The next you have free samples rupees 5,000. Free samples means we will consider it as a sales, so credit side we are going to record by free samples rupees 5,000. Fourth entry you have, check out free samples rupees 5,000, credit side you are going to record it. The next you have sales returns rupees 500. Okay, now total sales we have 1,55,000. Total sales you have to check 1,55,000 you have, credit side we will record 1,55,000 sales, less returns we have 5,000, so we'll get it as 1,50,000 sales for the current year. Then portage you have 2,000 expense, so you're going to record debit side 2 portages rupees 5,000. The next you have cartage rupees 1,000. So cartage how much you have, 1,000, debit side you are going to record 2 cartage rupees 1,000. The next you have sales already we have recorded, carriages rupees 5,000 you are going to record debit side again. Okay, 2 carriages rupees 2,000. Okay, then factory insurance rupees 2,000, debit side you should record factory insurance rupees 2,000 here. The next you have royalty rupees 10,000, which you have to record debit side to royalty rupees 10,000, because rent paid it is royalty. Okay, the next you have clearing charges 2,000, again expense, so debit side you should record 2 clearing charges rupees 2,000. The next you have stock on 31/3/2014, closing stock it is, you are going to record credit side of the trading account by closing stock rupees 30,000. The next you have factory lighting and heating rupees 5,000, debit side you should record to factory lighting rupees 5,000. Then lastly you have goods destroyed rupees 5,000, which you have to debit again because it is an expense, loss, right? So goods destroyed rupees 5,000. Now debit side we have more amount, 2,11,000, and credit side you have less amount, 1,50,000 plus 30 plus 5. So how much you will get? 1,85,000 you will get, and debit side we have 2,11,000 here. So 26,000 you have a gross loss here because debit side we have more and credit side less. Okay, so we have the balance credit side now, which is gross loss. Okay, if you have any doubt in trading account, you can get clarified, then you can sort out the homeworks. Okay.